Hello everyone and welcome back to ESL 65 Pronunciation and Conversation. I want to apologize for last Thursday's session for those of you that tried to attend our Zoom synchronous class session. Unfortunately, due to internet issues on my end, we had to cut it short. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of these videos that are pre-recorded in advance of our class that meets every Tuesday, Thursday evening from 8 to 9. I fixed my internet, so I shouldn't have any issues here from here on out. And my apologies again for that. But welcome back. Good to see everyone. I hope that you enjoyed your weekend and that you enjoyed the fresh air that we've been blessed with. So we're kind of at the halfway point now. We have 3 weeks left in our course. And chapter 9 is kind of that culminating point where thus far we've gone through a lot of content in this course thus far. We've talked about consonant sounds and vowel sounds. We've talked about how certain consonants make different sounds depending upon how it's written, correct? English, that it's not always pronounced the way that it's written in English. We've talked about syllables, how the syllables are the building blocks in English, really in any language. We talked about word stress, which syllables are stressed. We talked about some tips for word stress, how nouns, more often than not, the first syllable is stressed, and verbs, more often than not, the second syllable or last syllable, if it's a two-syllable verb, is stressed. We talked about the endings and how the pronunciation changes for ed endings and the s ending. So we've gone over a lot in terms of the bits and pieces. Now for the next couple of classes, we're going to put it all together. We're going to talk about rhythm in this chapter. English rhythm in phrases and sentences. That's what we're going to talk about in chapter 9. Then we're going to talk about some tips for identifying which words are stressed and why. And again, when we talk about stress, we're talking about emphasis on a particular syllable for pronunciation. So in summary for this chapter, words in English have strong and weak beats, right? Like the beats of music in a song. And really the beats of language are syllables. You have strong syllables, right? Syllables that are stressed, and you have weak syllables, syllables that are unstressed. Words have this, and so do sentences in English. So we're going to take what we've talked about in these particular pieces of pronunciation. We're going to expand that concept to full-on sentences in English and how certain words are stressed. So strong beats receive stress, while weak beats, of course, do not. And again, talking about music or poetry, it's the pattern, right, of those strong and weak beats, that pattern, that flow, that gives English its rhythm. More than likely, your first language has this as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's do a warm-up together. The first exercise here, I'm on page 68, chapter 9. And you can see the text of this announcement here. And see if you can only cross out any words that you don't think are necessary, right? Cross out any unnecessary words. Then over here on the right, I want you to rewrite the message, but only include the important words, the necessary words, the main idea from that message. And which words did you remove? And which words do you think are important? Those are the important words that you would write here. Let's go ahead and give a listen to CD2, track 2, and see if you can point out there may be a pattern in that important words are stressed, right? You can hear more clearly, right? The words that sound stronger in the message are stressed, and the words that sound weaker or not as stressed might be the ones that are not important. Let's give a listen to CD2, track 2 together.
Chapter 9, Exercise 1D, page 68.
Classes are canceled on Tuesday due to the heavy snow. Updates will be on our website.
Classes are canceled on Tuesday due to the heavy snow. Updates will be on our website. Now, what words did you have as important? Classes, canceled, Tuesday. Maybe the Y would be heavy snow. Classes canceled Tuesday, heavy snow. You really don't need the auxiliary verb to be. You don't need the preposition on, due to the. And you notice that those weren't very stressed. How about the second sentence? Updates and website. Have a listen and listen to those words and see if those words carry more stress or more heavily pronounced than the other words in the sentence. Listen one more time.
Chapter 9, Exercise 1D, page 68.
Classes are canceled on Tuesday due to the heavy snow. Updates will be on our website.
Classes are canceled on Tuesday due to the heavy snow. Updates will be on our website. I mean, this is the rhythm that we're talking about, right? How some words have strong beats, word stress, and other words have weak beats, no stress. Well, my question to you, and this is one of the learning objectives, is, well, which words are stressed? And why are those words stressed? Okay, we get it. English has rhythm, right? All languages have rhythm. But why? Why are some words stressed and other words not? And which ones? That's what we're going to look at this chapter. Let's go ahead and move on to the next page, 69. We're going to continue our warm-up here. We're going to make this a long warm-up. Thank you for being patient. For exercise 2, the following conversation is missing half of its words. Now I want you to take a look at part A of exercise 2. Can you guess what the conversation is about just based on the words that appear? Take a look. Now we know maybe this is about a question, right, in the past. And this is a response, maybe how about you, perhaps, a return question. Something excited. Really, we don't know a lot, right? We're just going off punctuation and some of the grammar, but we really don't know what this conversation is about. I want you to take a look at part B. Now, can you guess what this conversation is about? Take a look. Now we have a little bit of a better understanding about what the conversation is about. Looks like this conversation is about school. Now, how do you know this conversation is about school? Right. Grade. Math. We have a couple example grades here, right? A D and a C. little bit of trouble, so person has a D, may not be doing all too well, and it looks like maybe they need a C to apply to college. And the friend or classmate is saying that, hey, it's okay, right? That they can retake math perhaps in the summertime. Now, what's the difference between the words in part A and the words in part B? What type of words are we provided in part A? And what type of words are we provided in part B? Now, when I say type of word, we're referring to part of speech. Parts of speech being nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, articles, helping verbs, prepositions, conjunctions. You're learning about these words right now if you're taking vocabulary, correct? You're taking the vocabulary or the grammar course, probably more in grammar. But if you take a look at part C, now you see the whole conversation. And notice the rhythm of these sentences. Notice which words carry stress that are pronounced more high, and the words that are weak or unstressed. Do you see a pattern at all in terms of what kind of words, what parts of parts of speech carry stress, and which words do not? We'll read this to you together, and you can listen to it in CD2 track 5. What was your grade in math? I think a B. How about yours? A D. I'm in trouble. I need a C to apply to college. You'll be fine. You can retake math in the summer. So there's this flow, right? This up and down flow of stress and unstress, of strong and weak. What kind of words are stressed and highlighted? What part of speech? What part of speech is what and grade and math? Think, be, how, and yours. What kind of words are those? And how about the ones that are unstressed? The ones that aren't highlighted there? Shaded. Was, your, I, a, about, in. What kind of words are those? Think about that. Maybe jot down some notes, and let's see if your ideas are correct as we continue. I'll see you in the next part of this chapter.